Which magazines and newspapers do you read? Why?
I really like to read New Scientist. It is a quickly international science magazine that covers recent developments in science and technology. Mm, it is always thrilling to read mm, what our future would be like and get to know how we can contribute or have contributed to make that happen. And as to newspapers, I'm a loyal subscriber to Saigon Times, which can keep me updated about the latest happenings in Vietnam and around the world.
What kinds of article are you most interested in? Why?
I'm personally very much fond of articles on new discoveries of the universe. Look, I don't believe that we're the only intelligent species in the universe. I believe, like the trick equation described, there must be millions of Earth-like planets inhabited by alien um, life forms, which are only to be discovered by us.
Have you ever read newspaper or magazine in a foreign language? When slash why?
Of course, I have. Look, I love learning um, all kinds of language, and reading magazines and newspapers is a very good way to brush up my reading and vocabulary power. And I always do my reading at night because it's quiet and mm, uh, and therefore not easy to get distracted.
Do you think reading a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn the language? Why? Why not?
Definitely yes. Taking English for example, reading newspapers and magazines can help students learn a lot of useful words and expressions. Mm, Plus, it's also a good training for reading. Not only can students learn knowledge from it, it also provides them uh, plenty of discussion materials, which in turn uh, improves their writing and speaking as well.
Describe a restaurant that you enjoyed going to.
The restaurant I like to talk to you about is called Hương Phố, located on one of the busiest streets. Uh, there are always lots of people come to it here every day. There are several reasons I like this restaurant. First, in terms of food, the restaurant offers a variety of food mm, which are assorted according to their region. For example, if you want to eat Haiphong food, there will be a special menu and a cook who specializes in Haiphong cuisine. So are the other regional cuisines. I like this restaurant also because of its environment. Whenever you come to this restaurant, it is always clean and various decorations are always thoughtfully arranged in different places. Nonetheless, the service here is really excellent. All the waiters and waitresses are well trained in manners and tricks like juggling plates or cutlery. Sometimes they even purposefully show it a bit before you. Mm, And finally, when it comes to the price, it can't be more reasonable. One more thing, I always come here to eat bánh đa cua. I think Hương Phố is the only place in town that offers bánh đa cua, a dish from my hometown that I've always loved since I was young.
Why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
Honestly, I don't know. People celebrate things in many different places, and restaurant is only one of them. If I really have to come up with an answer, I can only say that maybe eating some food can add to the joy of celebration.
Which are more popular in your country, fast food restaurants or traditional restaurants? Why do you think that is?
I really can't say which is more popular because they all have their own group of customers. For example, fast food restaurants are definitely popular among young people, for they tend to live for a fast-paced life, and fast food very well caters to that. But for older people, fast food restaurants never seem to have had a foothold because older people tend to think fast food as unhealthy or less nutritious, and therefore often reject the notion of eating out in a fast food restaurant.
Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food in a cheap restaurant. Would you agree?
Kind of. In terms of environment, ingredients, and service, expensive restaurants are generally better, while admittedly there are also small restaurants that boast uh, some secret recipes. It's just like the old saying puts it, you can't judge a book by its cover. Similarly, you can't judge a restaurant by its price.
Do you think there will be a greater choice of food available in shops in the future, or will there be less choice?
Honestly, I don't know. It's really hard to see into the future. Mm, Look, we are facing lots of crises already: energy crisis, uh, food crisis, population crisis, etc. Mm, I really don't know if we are able to enjoy a greater variety of food, or food will be cheap uh, and basically taste all the same.
What effects has modern technology had on the way food is produced?
The use of food technology or the application of food science mm, uh, to everyday food processes and production mm, has fundamentally changed our views about food. Mm. For example, a growing number of people now uh, think and now believe food isn't made with the same amount of nutrients uh, or um, or protein as before. The food we mostly eat today is dead food, so to speak. It just makes me worried.
How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the food it needs without importing any from other countries?
It is crucially important for a country to grow enough food for its people. When a country relies too much on imported food, uh, a series of dangers may follow. What if the international food price rockets unexpectedly? What if a food embargo is placed on the country? There are so many what ifs like this. So it's better to grow food yourself.